Hi, my name's Amal, dejean-lynch. I'm 27 and I'm training to be a data analyst. I play football, I go gym, I spend a lot of time with my family, but most of the time I'm just on my computer, learning Excel, learning how to code and program. That's what I do every day. I love reggae, I love dancehall. That's my favorite kind of music. So my healthcare story started years ago when I realized that I was suffering mentally. I was having problems with my thoughts. I realized that I was always feeling agitated and irritated. I just wasn't happy. I was nowhere near as happy as I wanted to be and as happy as I knew I could be. And I just didn't really know what to do about it. Honestly, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. I didn't really know who to talk to. I made the decision to actually go and get professional help. So I was in prison at the time, and I decided to go to the nurse and tell the nurse what was happening. I thought I'd get help. I've seen a lot of things on the news around awareness, mental health, and get involved, be part of the conversation. So I thought, you know what? Let me try it out. I tried it and I basically just got shut down. I got shut down. I told the nurse, like, I'm struggling with my sleeping, my appetite's not there, I'm paranoid around people, I don't feel good in social settings. And she told me to just sleep on it. She told me to sleep, drink some water, and it would be all right. So I thought, okay, it's not really what I wanted to hear. I have been sleeping. I have been trying to get better. I'm coming to you for proper help. Like, I'm suffering. So I left it like that anyways, kind of gave up. A couple weeks later, I'm speaking to my key worker on the wing and I told her what happened and she was shocked. She was like, she should have never told you that. You should have went to see the doctor. An appointment should have been booked. So then she encouraged me to put in another general application form, which is basically a note to the doctors in prison. Like, hey, this is my name, this is my cell number. I need to speak to you. So we've done that, and another nurse has come to see me and we spoke. I told her about some of the things that I'd been through in my life, told her about the things that I was struggling with, and she literally said the same thing. She said, like, just sleep on it, it would be fine. A lot of people in prison go through these things, it's normal, you'd be all right. She was just like, yeah, you'd be fine. At that point, I was just tired, you know? Honestly, I was just tired. I just felt like, why do I keep telling these people things that I don't even want people to know about me? I'm telling them these things because I want to get help. I want to sort these things out. Can't keep just smoking and drinking and just blaming everyone. I wanted to get help. But when that nurse told me to just sleep on it, I just gave up. I just said, yeah, there's all this investment and all this talk on the news about there's nurses here and doctors here that will help you with this and that. And when I needed the help, it wasn't there. So I felt alone. I felt kind of used as well. I felt like I put in this application. You've come to my cell to bring me out of my cell to talk about this so that I can get help. I feel like I've been used. So at that point, I gave up anyways. I left it. I spoke to my key worker. She tried to encourage me to continue trying to get help. You can't give up. You need to be resilient. I was just not hearing it. I went back to smoking weed. I think I started smoking weed even more after then. It's like, no one understands. It's like most family don't even really understand anyways. They just want you to get your life straight. It's like I'm trying, but it's a bit difficult. I'm kind of paranoid and anxious. I don't really know anything else. I got even more paranoid, more anxious, more angry, more frustrated. And then one day I'm just lying down in my bed and there's a knock on the door, and I go to the door and it was the officer with bags just saying like, you're getting shipped out or being transferred. Got to this new prison and then I'm going through the induction process. We take your photos, they take like some of your DNA, your fingerprints, go through checking in your property and making sure you're allowed everything that you have. And then part of the process is also speaking to somebody from healthcare, like a nurse and a doctor. And me, I'm already like, I just want to get this process done. There's nothing wrong with me. Just sign me off so I can go gym. That's it. That's all I want. But then, like, this woman, this nurse, she started just speaking to me about how I was and how I was really feeling. And I just felt like she cared. Like, I knew she cared. I knew she cared. I knew she was actually genuinely wondering, like, you're from London. Why have they transferred you all the way up here? From London, you're all the way in the Midlands. It's like a 2.5 hour journey. She cared about little things that people don't even look at. People never see. So I knew she was different. So she started talking to me about some of the things that I was going through anyways, because she saw in the file that I'd seen a nurse and I'd been booked for a doctor's appointment, but I never had the doctor's appointment in my previous jail. So then we started speaking. And she, long story short, she booked me in for an appointment to see the doctor, and she made sure that I got the appointment as soon as possible. So I spoke to this doctor and I started therapy. It began with like once a week. I started going therapy once a week and he put me on some medication to deal with my depression. and post-traumatic stress disorder. I never even knew mental health was real. I never really knew it existed. I'd heard of it. I heard a few people mention it, but I was like, nah, that's not really me. It's not really people like me. We don't really go through these kind of sorts of things. I was being challenged with a lot of these emotions, but I always thought it was just my environment. I always just thought, once I get out of here, I'll be all right. Everything will go back to normal. But I'd done the 6.5 years and I was released, and it took me about 4 or 5 days to realize that, nah, actually, it's bigger than prison. I'm out of jail now. It's only been a few days, but I know my body. I know myself. Like, this ain't right, man. I'm still looking over my shoulder. I still don't really know what I want to do and how I'm going to do it. I'm still having a lot of negative thoughts, and I'm still reliving a lot of traumas from my past, and it affects me on a daily basis. And getting recalled, being sent back to prison made me realize I've definitely got problems that I need to address, and I'm not alone. There's a lot of guys that I met from the streets with similar experiences. It's like, bro, we're struggling. A lot of us are struggling. I think the fact that I'm a male, the fact that I'm black, the fact that I'm young, these are all characteristics that are supposed to be protected. But when you have someone that looks like me come to tell you about depression and bad dreams, it's like, come, it's like sort it out kind of sort of thing. That's the kind of energy that I get. It takes a lot of confidence to come and tell somebody that you need help, especially for me anyways, that as a young man, just as a young man, not even as a young black man, just as like a young man, like it's just difficult. I think more than anything was just being in a room with other people that were willing to share a lot of their struggles. That actually helped me a lot. Gave me so much reassurance. I felt like I was part of something in my head. Anyways, in my head, I was like part of this team who was all getting therapy and was all getting help. Okay, so my entire support network has always been my family. Like, my mum's like the tip of the spear. She's leading the troops. We need to support him, we need to be there, send letters, birthday cards, send some money, help me with my finances, do a lot of praying for me as well. I have some close friends as well, and also like people that I've met in prison. There's guys that don't get paid and they take time out of their daily lives to come into prison and lead workshops and talk and engage with young men like myself. So there's guys that I've met and built relationships with that definitely helped me along this journey as well, like in ways that they don't even know. So what happened was I actually started taking medication before I even knew anything about my diagnosis. No one told me about depression or PTSD. They said, okay, just take this medication, it should help you a little bit. It takes a couple of weeks for it to kick in, but let us know how you feel about it. So I started taking medication. I started taking sertraline. I was on 50 milligrams. I just take 1 pill in the morning. I'll be honest with you, it was cool. But then after a couple of weeks, I started feeling like, nah, this medication not doing anything. It's just starting to make me feel sick. And I communicated that with the doctors and stuff, and they just put me on a higher dosage. They said, just go up to 100 milligrams, that it should be better, like all that drowsiness. But he said that I'd been on the wrong medication. I should have never been on sertraline. They gave me the wrong medication. This for depression, PTSD. You need something a little bit to just focus on your specific problems. I've gone in the wrong direction too many times, and I realized when it was too late. And I'm sitting there thinking, why did I do this and why did I do that? So having a plan of what I'm going to do in certain situations, it's like anticipating it. So it's like I anticipate someone's probably going to frustrate me today, and it's probably going to be something small, but if I'm not careful with how I deal with that, it could potentially escalate into something bigger. And how am I going to deal with all of those situations? Being on a train, being around people, being late to places that I didn't want to be late for. Am I going to let that ruin my whole day? I'm just going to be like, okay, you know what? I was 15 minutes late. I wanted to be on time. Still got the rest of the day. Like, be positive, be happy, be grateful. And so PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, it's like you experience certain things. When you experience certain things, it's not... You can experience certain things and feel like it's in your past. That was 4 years ago. Like, that was ages ago. It's done, it's over. But for me personally, what I've realized is that all I've done my whole life is run away from my emotions. But that my whole life, I've literally ran away from my feelings. Anything that I did not want to feel, I just run away from it. Anything I don't acknowledge, I run away from it. Like, even certain things, people call you certain names for maybe like things that you've done in the streets and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, that's not me. Just running away from labels, running away from feelings and emotions. And I realized years later that this is why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. This is why I'm seeing things on TV and action movies, and I'm rethinking about certain things that I've seen or may have been involved in, and it's having a negative impact on me. It's affecting me. I don't want to watch this movie anymore. Sitting down and I was enjoying my food. Can't enjoy this no more. Hearing certain other people's stories and remembering my personal experiences with similar things at prison, homelessness, broken down relationships. Okay, so advice, get help, talk to somebody, post about it, let people know what's going on, know that you're not alone. I sat in that cell for too many years and felt like I was alone, you know. For too many years felt like I was alone. As soon as I realized that there was other people having similar experiences, there was nothing better for me personally. There was nothing better. I'm not happy to see other people are going through these things, but you know what? It did make me feel better. Made me feel much better. There were people having similar experiences and they were actually talking about it. They were communicating about it. They were being brave. They were being bold. Like, they were really standing on business, trying to be a part of the change, have a positive impact. So my words of encouragement would be get help and know that you're not alone. Know that you're not alone.